Hi, Chris back again, Rocket Stove video number 7. So what I'm going to do now is work on the legs. So in the top feature here, you can see I've got it active. I right hand click, I'm going to create a new component. I'm going to double click on that component and I'm going to call that legs. Enter. And with that active, you can tell it's active because that little button's on. I'm going to create a sketch. And when I create a sketch, it says select a plane or plane of your face. I want to actually sketch on this face so it spins around. So now I'm going to sketch a line and I'm going to hover over the bottom there, and when I see the midpoint icon I'm going to pick and I'm going to drag it up. And let's go up, say 40 mil, 40, hit the tab, hit enter. And then I'm going to pick on that line and I'm going to hit X to turn into a construction line. I'm going to zoom in and then I'll pan it over a little bit. I'm going to sketch a 2-point rectangle, and I'm not going to sketch it in position. I'm going to sketch it here, and it's 25, tab 25, enter. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the midpoint constraint, and I'm going to pick on that line, and then I'm going to pick on that, and then I'm going to stop the sketch. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the shape or a line out here for the shape of the leg. But I have to construct a plane to give me something to draw on. So I'm going to construct a mid-plane. And this is going to be one side of the mid. Turn that around. That's going to be the other side. I'm going to say OK. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hover over the very edge of the plane there, and I can make it bigger. And if I go to the left, in fact, no, I'll just draw it here. So here we go. We'll sketch a line. This is the plane. And what I want to do is I want to start it from that point, and I want to come out here. Let's say 75. Tab, it's at 90, so that's okay. Hit enter. Right hand click, repeat line, pick on that. This time come down, let's say 100. Tab, it's at 180, which is straight down, enter. Okay, so this time I'm going to stop the sketch, and this time I'm going to create, but I'm not going to do an extrude. What I'm going to do is do a new thing called a sweep. And a sweep sweeps a sketch profile along a selected path. There we go, sweep. And it says profile, select. So I'm going to select that profile, and then path. I'm selecting this path, and bang, it whacks it in for me. And it's a new body. I'm going to say OK. What do you think about that? It's pretty cool, eh? So that's quite a quick leg. Only thing is, of course, when I turn it side on here, it's one solid thing. So I can actually split these two, but I need something to split it on, so I'm going to create a plane. So go construct, and this time I'm going to do a plane through two edges. And one of the edges is that edge, and the other edge is that edge. You see that plane that's in there? So okay. So now in modify, I can go to split body, and it creates a new body by dividing selected bodies using a profile, face, or plane. So split body. Up here it says bodies to split, and I select that, and the splitting tool is that plane. See how it draws this red circle, and I say OK. And now you'll notice over here in the bodies that we have that body and that body. Quite neat, eh? So I'm going to sketch the bottom leg that goes across here. So here we go. Let's create a sketch, and the plane I'm going to select is that plane. Turn it on, that plane. Excuse me. Let's go left. Did the wrong thing there. Still in sketch. So now I'm going to sketch a 2-point rectangle. It's going to zoom in, select the plane. It's that plane. Let's pan this. This happens over a bit. Go back, sketch the plane there. Drag it over. 25. Tab 25. Enter. Now I'm going to go to isometric view because I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to stop the sketch and I'm going to create an extrude. So it wants to know the profile, so I pick inside there, but instead of one-sided, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a symmetric, and I'm going to pick the whole length, and the whole length I'm going to want to have this cross here, let's say 140. And when I do 140, I don't want it joined, I want a new body. And I say okay. So you notice none of these, and you can see the bodies there, so if I double click on that, we can call that cross. And if I pick on this one, we can call that top. If I click on this one, we can call that mid. So if I turn the cross off and turn the mid off and rotate this, in fact I'll turn them back on. I'll turn the mid back on, and now what I want to do is modify the fillet, and this time I'm going to pick there, 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 and I want to have a 3mm, 5mm fillet, and I'll say okay. And now if I turn the mid off and I come into modify, this is really cool, a thing called shell, and if I pick on there and go 3mm and say okay, it shells that out on the inside. So then I can turn the top off, turn the mid on, and if I just orbit this a bit and go modify shell, because you've got to pick on the bottom or the top, because that's when it knows what to shell, not the sides, but that area. So I pick on there and I say 3mm and say okay, so it's shelled that. And then if we do the cross on the bottom, turn that off, and now of course I need to fillet it, so I'll go to modify fillet, and I'll pick on that, 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 and it was 5mm, say okay, and then modify shell, pick on that and go 3mm, and go enter. And so now when I turn them all back on, you'll see, if I go home, you'll see that we've added those legs.